Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla, and if you're interested in lifestyle and beauty videos sprinkled with magic, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you guys can't already tell by the title, this video is for all of my financial besties. We are going to be talking about how much I spent in the month of April. And I just have to put this disclaimer out there. I am in no way a financial expert. I'm just really making these videos as a way to see how much I'm spending, where my money is going, and how I can be a bit more conscious about my spending in the next month. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So I did all of my budgeting yesterday, where I track all of my expenses in the month of April and categorize them to see where my budget is going. Again, I always have to give a quick shout out to Natalie Barbu because I always use her template. I feel like it's been a really great method for me to track all of my different expenses and really see where I'm actually spending my money. So this method has worked for me. I will link it down below. And again, shout out to you, Natalie, for creating such an amazing template. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into how much we spend. So the different categories are housing, food, personal care, transportation, miscellaneous. One second. So I had to close my window, so hopefully you guys don't hear the outside work being done. But anyways, let's talk about income, because this month was actually a large income month for me because I did get a raise and that was reflected in my paycheck finally, and then I also got my bonus, and then I also got my tax refund. So I'm not going to share how much like all of that was, but my income definitely did increase in the month of April. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the different spending categories. So there's food, personal care, transportation, and miscellaneous. And for food, the categories consist of groceries, restaurants, coffee, tea, and alcohol. So to start off with groceries, I spent $15.37, and I'm not sure how accurate this is because I tried to like split some of my Target purchases from like random stuff to groceries. So the total for that, I'll just leave it at $15.37. I'll take it. But it definitely balances out with the restaurant total being $422.08. This restaurant budget definitely went up a lot from March, but I did spend a lot less in the groceries category, so I feel like it definitely balances out. And coffee tea, I spent $50.67 on coffee and tea in the month of April. And that is actually a little bit less than what I spent in March, because in March I spent $59.74, and this month I only spent $50.67. So you take the wins where you can get them, right? And in total I spent $488.12 on food. So I feel like this is a huge win because I did overall spend 37% less on food in April than I did in March. So I feel like that is a huge win. So let's go ahead and move on to personal care. Personal care, we did not have any personal care expenses, so that is a huge win. So I guess we can just skip over that because it is $0. And now let's move on to transportation. So for transportation, this cost definitely went up a lot this month because I paid for my car insurance for the year. So transportation includes parking, car payments, public transportation, travel, Uber, and Lyft. So for parking, I paid $1, and that's when I went to coffee with Ingrid, so shout out to you, Ingrid. And for car payments, this is where like I spent all my money. I spent $2,734.01, and that is huge, and it brings our total to $2,735.01 spent on transportation. Transportation definitely went up a lot. It went up 121%, which I feel like it definitely balances out though, because I have to pay for my car insurance for the rest of the year, or for the next year, I guess I should say. And I still have to make my monthly car payment, so I feel like it was a very responsible expense. So anyways, moving on to the miscellaneous category, and this includes entertainment, miscellaneous shopping, gifts, clothing. I didn't spend anything on entertainment, but for miscellaneous shopping, there was a lot of miscellaneous shopping. And let's keep in mind, guys, that last month was the Sephora sale, and it was also the release of the Target Stony Clover collection. So in the month of April, I spent $1,199.10 on miscellaneous shopping. And I already know here that a lot of that was attributed to Stony Clover and the Sephora sale, so we're just gonna leave it at that. But anyways, so for gifts, I spent $12.58. Yeah, so I did have like a few small gifts that I had to spend money on, so that's where that was. And then for clothing, I spent $359.38, bringing my total for miscellaneous spending to $1,571.06. This is actually a big jump because I went down 31% in miscellaneous shopping, which is, I feel like, a huge win for me. So to round up April, I definitely think I spent a lot of money, but then I also made a lot more money, so I think it kind of balances out in that way because I was able to save a lot more, but then I did spend 8% more than in March. So let's go ahead and review my predictions from last month. So in March, I predicted I would spend around the same, and I actually spent a lot less. So I feel like that is a huge win right there. And for personal care, I said I would spend less, which was obviously true because I spent 100% less because I didn't have any personal care budget. So for the transportation category, I said I would spend less, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's more. And yes, I'm not surprised that it's more, but that's because I had my car payments and I had to pay for my car insurance for a year. So I feel like that is fine. And for the miscellaneous category, I said I would spend less, and I won't be surprised if it's more again, but I did actually spend a lot less. So yay, that is a huge win there. And for savings, I said that I hope it went up, and it did. So we're winning there. And here is where it gets interesting because in total spend, I did spend about 8% more, which isn't too much of a jump, but I also feel like my car insurance like really took up a bulk of like how much I actually spent, because that is the category where I spent the most money in the month of April. So overall, I feel like this was a really good month spending wise. I feel like I spent a reasonable amount because I still was able to save a lot of money in the month of April, which is always such a huge win. So let's go ahead and dive into our predictions for next month. So for food, I would say I would probably spend around the same. That's because I think although I didn't go out a lot to eat, I definitely think I spent a lot on groceries, so I'm gonna say that's around the same. For personal care, I definitely think it's gonna be around the same because not to my knowledge, I don't think I had any personal care expenses in the month of May. So for transportation, I think this is definitely going to go down because I don't have any huge car payments or I don't have any huge insurance payments that I have to pay for. So I'm gonna go ahead and predict that it's going to go down. And for the miscellaneous category, I think this is going to go down because I know this month I've done a lot of shopping because like I have a few trips coming up that I wanted to buy clothes for, but I actually did end up returning a lot of things. So I think that's just like my sign to like stop trying to buy things, because even if I want to spend my money, I just end up returning it anyways. So I'm definitely going to predict that this goes down. So for the savings category, I do think in the month of May I probably will save a little less, and that's just because in April I was fortunate enough to save a little bit more money. So I do think that this will go down. But overall, I think in the month of May, I predict that I will have spent less. Okay, you guys, so that is pretty much everything for my what I spent in April video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, I just wanted to say I am not a financial expert. This has just been a really fun way for me to track all of my expenses, track where I'm actually spending my money, and be more conscious of my spending for the next month. And I hope these videos inspire you to do the same. I can't believe we just finished our April budget with me video, and the March budget with me video is going to be coming up soon. So we're moving along, but I feel like doing this honestly has just been a really great way for me to reflect on how much I'm spending. And I also have to put a disclaimer out there that this is in no way me telling you guys how to spend your money, but again, this is just a way for me to reflect on how I'm spending my money and how I can be more conscious in the future, because I do definitely have like a lot of big financial goals that I would like to achieve soon. Like I would love to move out and buy a house, and I would love to go on like big trips abroad. So there is definitely a lot of things that I think I could be saving a lot more money on. And I also think doing these videos have just really made me reflect on like what I actually need and what I kind of just like want, and really evaluating if that's really worth it for me. So yeah. Anyways, I hope these videos inspire you guys to also reflect on your spending and to be a little more money conscious, because that is something that I'm trying to implement in my own life, because I do pretty much pay all of my own bills. I'm fortunate enough to live at home, but other than that, I pretty much like pay for everything myself. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you think you spend the most money on. Overall, I definitely would like to say I spend the most money on food, but I know the impulsive shopper in me just really hits that add to cart button really quickly and clicks checkout. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video from me, especially if you don't want to miss how much I spent in the month of May. And let's stay connected. Follow me on my socials. They're both just Kayla's Ever After. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!